debate on the constitutionality of the National Guard being deployed here.
What's up, y'all? Brothers just going live at the ICE protest in Chicago following political commentator Cam Higby.
Well, the purpose of the National Guard.
He's the one that was out at the
goal is not to bring them out here and protesters.
The point is like
he went
obviously
to that HBCU, that historically
when there's
black
a protest
college.
and there's risk that it gets a little hairy, like it does in some situations.
And he was,
the police
was
need to be out here. Anything, even like when this guy in the
college.
sombrero came over,
He
right? We'll
wanted
have
to-
the police
he
would
wanted
grab
to
him to like keep
was out
everybody
there
separate. And so those are all functions of the police. But the problem
Wanted
is
to have
when
a
you need a
conversation
presence
with
out
some
here
of
to
these
keep the peace,
protesters or
it's
some of
difficult
these
to guard the building. And so
students.
when you bring the guard in, the guard
And he
just
got
guard the
attacked.
building. And then
So
the
it's going
police
live
have more
and see what's
resources to
going on.
stretch across. Because right now the other issue too is it's happening in two locations. So you have this going on here, and then on the other side you have the tent encampment. And so to effectively
So I
police and
appreciate
keep
anyone,
peace and
all y'all who are
enforce
dropping in.
federal law, it's just reinforcing the building and stretching those federal resources a little bit further. And that's the only purpose for it.
Yeah, and I think the police.
What's up, y'all? We're just at the. Well, I'm not there. I'm just following political commentator Cam Higby
I don't think
while he's at the ICE protest in Chicago.
being subjected to the.
He's already been threatened a few times, but there's one guy walking around wearing
There is
it's like a
if you believe that
leather face from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. He's wearing a mask and waving a big black flag. And the dude threatened Cam a couple of times. So aside from that, it's been other than one dude out there who was wearing not a sombrero, like a Mexican style hat, and wearing a gaucho. I forget what they call them. Not gaucho. Maybe it is a gaucho. There's like a rainbow colored. And he was saying trans illegals. It was really crazy. But I recognize this dude. He pretended he was a woman for like months. I saw him on Tim Pool a few years earlier. Yeah, I think it was last year. But right now there's Cam Higby. He was the one that went to the
But I think that doesn't really have
college
to do
and
with the constitutionality
university
or
a few months
legality of
ago.
what they
Him and
rule
his
on,
partner.
right? Like if
him and his
everybody thinks
friends.
that
And he had a MAGA hat, and he wanted to debate some of the students.
If
and
everyone
they
thinks
were
we should continue
physically
having
attacked
slaves, but
and
it's
threatened.
constitutionally illegal to have
He's
slaves,
the
it doesn't
one right
matter what
now
everybody
with the
thinks,
camera,
right?
and
Slavery
he's
is still
filming.
bad, and it's illegal.
And he's having a
And you
conversation
can't
with
just-
somebody
The
who's
majority opinion doesn't matter.
this-
It's federal law.
I think
that
it's a
illegal immigrants
leftist out
get
there, but
deported when they come to this country.
I'm not sure
And that law is being
what
enforced.
is a
People
male
are
or
not happy
female,
about
but
it, and that's
he's
fine.
been
They
pretty
don't have to
chill.
be
And he's
happy
just
about
having
it.
a conversation
And this is
just
fine
about
right
the
now. Like, this
legality
is,
of all
you know,
this and
it's
the legality of
fine
what
here right
Trump's
now.
trying to do with
I
illegal
don't know if it'll stay
immigration.
that way. I don't know if it'll get hairy later, but in a lot of other places, it's really bad. Portland is bad. They threaten to kill me every time I go there. They run up behind me and they'll mace me from like this angle, you know, so it like bounces. Yes, yeah, so it bounces out, hits my glasses, comes back in my face. Never see the person who did it. You know, they steal my stuff, they rob me, they beat me down, and I was almost killed in Seattle, outside the federal building there. Attacked with a deadly weapon. And you know, I've only been in Chicago, I've been in Chicago for.
Appreciate y'all that stopped by.
I've only been here for.
Right now, things are pretty peaceful.
40 minutes. So I don't know how it's going to get at night. I don't know how it's going to get later, but we'll see. But like, this is fine, you know?
Yeah, generally at night, it's pretty calm after a while, especially now that they're enforcing
Yes,
curfew.
yep.
The reason, especially like I came here instead of Portland, you know, it's a smaller community. There's a lot of respect for the democratic process, and I'm more, you know, it obviously it's sort of described by like the divide between Democrat and Republican. I'm a little less in favor of like republics and like elected figures, and a little more in favor of democracy. And I also like want to make sure this is democratic, because like the idea is obviously public opinion doesn't immediately and instantly define the law, because that would make it law very hard to like adhere to.
Yeah, the guy he's talking to.
I've got to go see my guys in a second, but no, it's okay.
He seems to be
I would say I'm
pretty chill.
really against
Sounds like
direct
a
democracy.
pretty
And
devout
the reason
leftist.
for that is, again, if everybody thought that slavery was good, you can have
For a
slavery. I
change.
think you need a constitutional republic with a democratic process in some situations. You need a clear outline of things that can and cannot be. like the Constitution, a Bill of Rights, and then go from there. And you can and also another thing, 90% of everybody in this country is a moron. Maybe 80%. The majority of people in general are stupid.
I think our education system is definitely flawed.
Yes, extremely.
And there are different people that make
I appreciate y'all stopping in. This was just something that just popped in my head. I saw this guy doing the live feed talking about at the ICE protests in Chicago. So I just figured I'd jump on and I just
no, but I think a lot of people are stupid. I'm probably over exaggerating with the 90 to 80%, whatever. But the majority of people do not understand politics. They don't understand policy decisions or pragmatism. And honestly,
I should rewind
if
and show y'all
this
when
wasn't my job, I
threatening.
probably wouldn't either. Like, it's a lot of work to understand these issues, and when you work a 9-to-5 job, you come home and you just want to lay down and watch some TV. Nobody wants to learn about it, and that's why we elect smart people.
I'm rewinding real quick, show y'all what
Try
happened.
to elect smart people. Again, I think the majority of people in Congress.
Get the fuck off my lands, ho. Get the fuck off. Why you here?
Because I want to be. I feel like it.
Why you here?
I feel like it.
Why you here?
I feel like it.
Get the fuck off my lands, bitch.
Yeah.
Get the fuck off my lands.
This dude just came out of nowhere and he was.
You're gonna fuck me up?
Fucking hell yeah, I'll fuck you up.
And this is a prime. I'm glad he caught this on video too. He was just walking around filming it, talking to the viewers, appreciating people for giving them super chats. And then this guy just said, "Get the F off my land," just randomly. Dude just started going off on him. And so he walks by, and then the guy, every time he walks by him, this dude looking like Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre decides he wants to say something and starts threatening him.
Hell fucking yeah. Goddamn fucking right. Get the fuck off my land, bitch. You don't like my people, get the fuck on.
What do you mean I don't like your people?
Get the fuck on. 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 Why are you here? Get the fuck on.
Because I feel like being here.
Get the fuck on. Get the fuck off my lands, motherfucker.
The cool thing is the police are just over the barricades, just on the other side. You can see a cop right here. You see the guy in the blue windbreaker. There's a whole row of cops. So he's not too far. If dude decided to get stupid, hopefully they would step in. Hopefully. But it is Chicago. They were recently told to stand down when ICE needed help. So hopefully they would do more for the civilian.
Fucker, get the fuck off my lands. Get the fuck off my lands, ho. Get the fuck off my lands. Why you here? Why you here?
How brave are people here in the United States wearing probably 2 masks, completely covered, got his body completely covered. People are all kind of brave these days because you can remain anonymous for the most part, whether it's online or whether you're at a rally. And this is, in my opinion, and I know this doesn't fit everyone, but in my thinking, it's like this is where cowards and outcasts, these whole radical leftist groups, this is where radicals and outcasts come to find, a place where a sense of belonging is what I'm trying to say. What do y'all think in the comments? Let me know.
Charlie Kirk, kill him, bitch. Fuck Charlie Kirk. That motherfucker riding in hell, bitch. Charlie Kirk is a dead fucking demon. Charlie Kirk is a dead fucking demon, motherfucker. Charlie Kirk, kill him, bitch. Fuck all you motherfucking Charlie Kirk. Fuck all you back to fucking hell, motherfucker. Fuck Charlie Kirk. Fuck Charlie Kirk. That motherfucker got what the fuck you got, motherfucker. The fuck out my lands, you don't let my...
I guarantee he wouldn't take his mask off saying all that. Guarantee he wouldn't do all that. But he's living in this country where he has a right to be able to do that. But he's threatening, and that's where it gets, he oversteps his boundaries, what he can legally and lawfully do. Telling dude he's going to F him up and all this kind of stuff. I really hope they find out who this guy is.
Get the fuck off my lands, you don't like my people. Get the fuck off my lands.
Take the bait.
Get the fuck off my lands.
There's no bait.
Take the bait.
There's no bait. I didn't do anything.
Don't take the bait.
There's no bait.
Fuck off my lands.
There is no bait. He doesn't. This guy said he's gonna fuck me up. This guy said he was gonna fuck me up. He doesn't seem peaceful. He's saying Charlie Kirk deserved to die. There's no bait. I didn't do anything. I walked by him and he said he was gonna beat me up. There's no bait. There's no bait. Don't take the bait. There's no bait. There's literally no bait. If me existing is bait, I don't know what to tell you. Low impulse control.
Dude's crazy, man. I've been in some hairy situations. You know, I'm a former veteran. I'm a retired corrections and police officer. Worked the prison system, the jail. But as out of control as some of these protests are, I don't know if I'd step there. I don't know. What do y'all think? Do you think you would go there and film or record or maybe counter protest? Let me know.
You think too much, you work too little. More the machinery, I know you're talking about. More the
Sure. Can we go over there? Who are you with?
I'm not necessarily with anyone.
It's not if you're with somebody, it's not gonna make me not do it. So you can just tell me who you're with. It's okay. Like, who are you planning to sell the story to?
I don't have anybody that I'm selling it to. I'm mostly just compiling information in part
Sure.
because, you know, there's so much press here, so I want to understand the situation and make sure that the press is representing it accurately.
Sure.
So what brings you out here?
I'm a journalist and political commentator, and so I come to these things all across the country and I document what's going on. I'm live right now on YouTube. So yeah, that's what brings me out.
How long have you been out here so far?
Just today. I've only been out here. How long have we been out here? Like 30 minutes, maybe. 30 minutes. Yeah, probably 30 minutes. I've been live for 25, so yeah, probably about that. Oh, here's this guy.
Look at this guy. This is one I was telling y'all about.
I'm gonna have to cover this guy. So if you got some quick questions, rapid fire them at me, and
He's
I'll
saying
answer them.
deport them all, and he's.
I can let you. Or did you want to go up and like record him?
Sure, yeah. If you're gonna be around for a little while, I can just come back. Okay.
Get the fuck off my land! Get the fuck off my land!
We love ICE!
Get the fuck off my
We
land!
love ICE!
Get the
Chapter
fuck off my
privilege!
land!
We love
Get the
ICE!
fuck off my land! Get the fuck off my land! Get the fuck off my land!
Trans illegals! Trans illegals! Trans illegals for
Get the
deportation!
fuck off my land! Get the fuck off
Trans
Trans
illegals.
Mexicans!
Cops are trying to get him to leave.
Get those illegals out of here! Get the illegals out of here! They broke the law! They broke the law! Bye! Bye!
The cops are removing him.
Check your system!
Thanks for the super chats, guys.
That dude's nuts. I was saying earlier, I saw him on Tim Pool. I think it was like a year ago, where he lived like as a female, just to show the hypocrisy.
Yeah, can we go back over here?
Trans movement. It was really here. I ain't no way in the world I do it, but
I disagree with
really
what-
creative.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, but
And I'm here in part because I agree with what they're doing. So
yeah, a big part of it, and the reason why it's important to document, even if you don't necessarily agree.
yeah.
Making sure things are peaceful and making sure it's represented accurately, because I know there was some rhetoric that
Let me move up
this
here.
was.
See if anything's happening.
Who is this Mikado Media? Who are you trying to get me to interview? I don't know where my guys.
Back up. So at least they got police up here. They got police up on the roof. Looks like. I think it's police. I'm hoping.
Who is this Mikado Media? Who are you trying to get me to interview? I don't know where my guys went. Oh, here's Lance. What's up? Where's David and Fabian?
They're over there.
It's okay. That's fine.
Let me ask any of y'all watching. I mean, I don't know who's following me. If you're following me off of Facebook or my YouTube channel or Instagram, wherever, how many of y'all here are, where do you stand when it comes to the whole border issue? Like, what's your perspective? Oh, I had some chats. I didn't see y'all. Forgive me. Funny how all these protesters have always, let me put this up on the screen here. Appreciate you jumping in there. This whole, I'm telling you, StreamYard has really been acting weird on me lately. So forgive me here for a second. Oops, I don't want that. My big head. Yeah, StreamYard is just weird lately. I don't even know what's going on. Let's see if I can read it over here. Appreciate you there, Nerdy Theologian, jumping in. See if I can see your first comment. Yeah, funny how all these, quote, protesters have always worn masks, but if law enforcement does, they cry and want those removed. They're paid, fake, ignorant of facts cowards. Now, you may be onto something there. Now, I've heard other people debate whether these people are paid, but there's one lady that I follow on YouTube. Her name is Carlin Barasenko. She's a wealth of knowledge when it comes down to these issues, but she's not the most personable person in the world. You can't, anytime somebody brings up a point that she doesn't agree with, and regardless of whether they're new or not, she gets so defensive on this topic. And I know she's passionate about this issue because it is an issue to take seriously. The radical left is nothing to play around with. But she cannot take criticism one bit. But one of the points, so I listened to her because she's really knowledgeable on this topic. She's embedded herself into some of these groups over the years. So that's why I listened to her. But she's really big on believing that these people aren't paid. But I think when you get groups like this, crowds like this, you'll probably get a whole bunch of different people from different perspectives. You may have the average everyday citizen on the left who doesn't like illegal immigration. Then you have the hardcore radical leftists who really want to see our country overthrown as a whole. So I think you probably have some mixing of people. You have folks out there who are all down for the cause by any means necessary, will use violence to, they ultimately want a violent revolution. I think you definitely have some of those. But I can't help but believe, Nerdy, that you're on point when you say that there are definitely people out there who are being paid protesters. I agree. So I say all that to say, long story short, I agree. There's some people out there who are definitely getting paid. I wouldn't be shocked if that was the case. But you also got some folks who are radical, hardcore, Marxists, leftists, who are all about seeing a violent overthrowing of this country that they hate so much. Yeah, and the whole thing about, and the people that, let me let the video play. Well, let me say this one point. And the people who are willing to co-sign them, like these weak politicians in places like Portland and Minnesota and California, Gavin Newsom signing the orders, basically telling people not to, saying that ICE agents or police can't wear masks, even though they're being doxxed, and threats and violence against them has increased by like a 10-fold factor. He's telling them they can't wear masks to protect their identity, but it's okay when these protesters are out there tearing up the city. Yeah, literally have idiots out there running our country in a lot of these, especially in these leftist cities.
Hey, Chad Lamb, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Oh, somebody sent $100.
Dude, $100? You should send billions.
Let me see. I can't even see it. Okay, here we go.
Yeah,
Crucible Limited, thanks so much. Crucible Limited, thanks so much for the $100 super chat. That is insane. You're the man.
Go to our pizza fund.
Yeah.
There we go.
Mercado Media is left of Lennon. Who is he? I don't know who he is. Really?
They were in a car.
Really? Oh, here's David and Fabian.
Yeah, low T, soy boys.
Turning Point USA is
What
here.
are on the left? Picturing children who act out of immaturity and fear. Now, I think there's a lot of truth there. Emotions and parrot with MSDNC and CC, CNN tell them to think.
Andrew Wilson.
There's a lot of them out there. Definitely true.
No, you got a guy in Captain America stuff over here.
Yes, 100%. Any real nation deserves.
Bro, that man is saving our country right there.
He needs to get some of that.
My man,
Captain
I'm
America
going
juice.
over with the Captain America shield.
He stands against fascists. Hey, Lance, can you do me a favor and get me a Zen out of here? Oh, man. Yo, Josh Dempsey, thank you so much for the $199 super chat.
But we definitely deserve to be able to defend our own borders as a nation. Any nation has that right. That's nothing unique or weird to expect or ask.
Now this.
Got the Zen.
Glad you like the shirt. My Show Enough t-shirt. But they have been filmed, it being dropped off, supplied signs.
Have an amazing day.
I made video. I made a YouTube video.
Yeah, we got a lot of people in here. 2,000.
So I'm not saying that
make
there's
sure to
no
like the live, guys.
organization
Subscribe if you're not already.
and I'm not saying that
If you're
there
new
aren't
around
people
here,
out there
I'm
who
contract
are
reporter
being
for Turning
paid.
Point Frontlines, political commentator. I go to college campuses, I
probably
debate
have
folks.
a mix.
We are on the Fearless
People,
tour right now,
radicals
making a pit stop at the
who don't
Chicago
wanna
ICE
take any
facility.
capitalist pig money.
We've been
and
tabling on college
other
campuses
people out
basically
there
every
who are
day since
in
2
it,
days
get
after Charlie
paid.
died. I was at the White House
Then you're
2 days ago, briefing the President of the United States on the situation with Antifa. I was at the table. I was the guy who lit the.
And pause that real quick. I don't want to talk over him. He's making a good point. This is, what did I say? Cam Higby. He was the one, for anyone who may have jumped on just recently, he was the one that went to the HBCU campus with the MAGA hat and was having an open conversation where they were threatened and pushed that off of campus simply because they want to have a dialogue. Now, I am all about free speech, and so I take great offense if you feel threatened by somebody setting up a table and debating points and arguing with you respectfully, then you living in the wrong country, yo. Those are my thoughts. You're living in the wrong country if you cannot stand somebody speaking their mind and giving different points. Now, of course, all that's within limits. We can't we can't say whatever we want. You can't threaten somebody's life or anything like that. But if you set up a table and you want to debate hard issues, you should be able to do so. And I think this is where I hope what Trump ultimately does is he really takes a hard stance against these universities that won't allow people to come up there and speak their mind freely.
Media up, and then Trump asked me which one's my least favorite. That was me. Oh, we got another $200 donation. Thank you so much. The Crucible Limited. Thank you so much.
But yeah,
that is crazy. Crucible is a goat.
Oh yeah, but I agree with you when you're talking about.
That is crazy. Thanks so much, Crucible. $200.
Good afternoon. I appreciate you dropping by. Oh, Nerdy, by the way, you'll love my other shirt. It's even better. It's a similar shirt as this. Now, this is Cam Higby, the one right here on the screen. He's the one that's been going around. It was like a week, if even a week after Charlie was assassinated, this brother went out there, and I watched him in debate people like, what's that one real radical, crazy leftist guy, but he's known to be a good debater. I can't think of his name to save my life right now. He's got a nickname like, I can't remember his name, but he's known to be a good leftist debater. And I can't remember what name he goes by. Anyway, I've seen him sit down, these two guys debate, and Cam has done a masterful job. Very knowledgeable on the topics that he's passionate about. Very much so. But yeah, Nerdy, you would love my other Show Enough shirt because it's a white t-shirt with a graphic of Show Enough and he's rocking the glow. He's rocking the glow. He's getting ready to throw down with Bruce Leroy. And the guy over here with in the orange shirt or jacket, when the guy was threatening, when that Leatherface mask dude was threatening Cam, he was running around saying, "Don't take the bait" to the other guys. And Cam wasn't even trying to incite anybody. He was not trying to incite
Is Mercado the guy who was trying to, like, saying he'd kill me earlier? Is that him? The dude in the mask with the black flag? Is that Mercado Media?
No, yeah.
He's right behind me.
Let me ask y'all something. Hold on. Let me rewind this back. And this isn't me making fun of anybody or anything like that. But you see this young lady back here with the light blue shirt and black shorts. And then you have this individual here. I don't know if it's a male or female. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. But why is this such a prevalent appearance for people who are a part of the more radical left? And it goes back, let me know what y'all think in the comments. It goes back to what I think when I say that I think they feel welcomed, because when you look at all the people that they adopt in, the LGBT, the Islam, they're so pro-Islam, this is all like Marxist. These are all Marxist perspectives. Karl Marx spoke about these issues. Now, he wasn't big on the whole LGBT thing, but he hated biblical values and biblical principles. And he was very anti-Catholic, very anti-Jew, but he was very much pro-Islam. And I think that's an ignorance on his part, because if he really understood Islam, they can be more extreme, far more extreme than any of the other so-called Abrahamic religions. And I don't want to put them all in the same boat, but you get what I'm saying. But I think that the whole queer thing, and this is something I learned recently, queer doesn't necessarily mean their sexual orientation. Queer could just be meaning going against the traditions or cultural norms. And I may not have that 100%, but those are just some of the things that I've learned as of late. But let me know what y'all think when it comes to the whole outcast thing. Is this pretty prevalent? Do you think I'm onto something, or do you think there might be something else?
Wait, is Mercado the guy who was trying to, like, saying he'd kill me earlier? Is that him? The dude in the mask with the black flag? Is that Mercado Media? He's right behind me.
This is your guys.
I don't see him.
Biblically, there's no reasoning with the majority of these. Amen. Yeah. I think, and I posted this on Facebook the other day, I think it's a suppression of truth and their unrighteousness. Hard-hearted. God given many of these people over to their own depravity. That's what I think.
Super
well, let me finish.
I'm getting two people telling me that he's fat and two people telling me he's skinny. So which is he?
There's no reasoning with the majorities of these. So we kick the dust off and we seek to engage with them. And not seek dust off and not seek to engage with them. It's the few that the likes of Charlie Kirk was trying to engage in civil discourse. Amen. And also, not to go against you, whatever. But also I know that you know this, brother, that we don't know who are the ones who might be more open to this conversation, might be more open to the dialogue. So we share the gospel with everyone, anyone willing to hear. Let him who has an ear, let them hear. Very good, though. I appreciate that. Excuse me there. If you hate everything that is good, true, and lovely, you're going to end up looking like it too. Yeah, you could be onto something. There could be some truth there. I mean, it's just really weird to me, just the entire, how so many, I mean, it's like it's like you open up the Bible and you say, okay, what are the things that God hates? Okay, let me adopt that. And I know that's not universally speaking.
Camera, is that him right there?
But I can't help but think there might be something to it. Misery loves company.
Guys, I give up. I don't know where he is. You guys are sending me on a wild goose chase.
The left knows this, which is why they use rhetoric to direct their anger and pointing. Live your truth comes from the Antichrist creation. Well said. Well thought out, brother.
Yeah, guys, I gave up the wild goose chase.
Well thought out.
Wait. I gave up the wild goose chase.
It's just so, honestly,
I'm sure I'll see him.
I'm like really fascinated with this. When I was a corrections officer, I guess there's a van coming out and they're all pissed off now. Oh, no, they're like porta potties. So I don't know what else.
Is this him right here? Is that him?
I don't know who they're following.
Okay. What's his deal? What do I say to him? Well, I'll just roll up on him and start saying stuff. What's his deal? If he says something, I'll say something.
Like I said, such a weird. I was really fascinated by the whole thing because when I worked in the jail and in the prison, I was really into gang culture. I worked in the intelligence section in the county jail here in Vegas, and I really dug deep into gang culture, subculture, and I see a lot of similarities.
Oh, he was talking about me? Are you that guy that was talking about me, man? Mikado Media? Is that you? Were you talking about me?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what's up? Why didn't you say hi?
Huh?
Why didn't you say hi? You were talking about me?
I had to say hi to you?
Well, you're talking about me. I figured maybe you'd want to say it to my face.
Oh, yeah, you're a clown.
Yeah, why am I a clown?
You're a clown because you work directly for the federal government?
I don't.
You do.
Prove it.
You were just at the round table 2 days ago.
Does that mean I work for them?
Absolutely.
Lots of people go to the White House.
No, not the White House.
There are people there. Yeah, that's at the White House. Where do you think the round table was, genius?
All right, so what was your purpose in Portland, Oregon?
My purpose in Portland, Oregon is I live 2 hours away from Portland. Yeah.
Look at him.
Yeah.
What was your purpose in Portland? What was your purpose in Portland?
My purpose was doing my job.
What's that job?
Yeah, I'm a contract reporter.
Contract reporter. Okay, so
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, you were in Washington D.C. wearing a MAGA hat, dancing, like in the street, like you're.
Yeah, I'm on tour. Yeah.
So you're on tour. So you a
Yes.
journalist or you an activist?
I'm a journalist. I'm a political commentator. I started a tour after Charlie Kirk got killed, and
Activists go and like.
I'm a political commentator and journalist. I go college campus to college campus, and I debate people. I got chased out once, yeah, by a bunch of savage animals at TSU, yeah.
Okay, so you're a clown.
Okay. Is that all you have, or
That's all I need.
you're just accusing me of working for the federal government? That's
So
it?
there's one period of time in which I thought that you could have been a serious journalist is when you debated Jackson Hinkle.
Yeah.
Because I thought that you cared about Ukraine. So you were debating Jackson.
I do support Ukraine.
Whatever. It was actually a good interview, and it was actually a good
Thank you.
debate that you had. But it wasn't until you started to become a MAGA propaganda.
I always supported Trump. I supported Trump since 2016. And I've talked about it since 2019. It's nothing, none of it's new.
Your forward-facing front-facing journalism until recently when you found it could be.
I've posted about it since 2019. I have been posting pro-Trump content since 2019.
He calls him a clown because he's pro-Trump. So would that not naturally give you the impression that he obviously doesn't like Trump, so he's anti-Trump? So is this guy who's doing the live that I'm following, is he not entitled to his own political opinion? Because I guarantee you this guy right here has his political opinion.
Literally Google me. I have been posting pro-Trump stuff since. I've supported Trump since 2019 or 2016. I've been posting since 2019. Listen, use your ears. I've supported Trump since 2016. I posted on my personal Facebook. I posted publicly with a following in 2019. I was. Pasovic. Yes. Great friends of mine.
Their whole goal here is to get protesters on camera so they can clip them and then send it to right-wing media directly to Trump now. Because he
I don't have Trump's
You
number.
literally were just there talking to him.
Does that mean I have his phone number?
Bro, I don't get to talk to the president of the United States. Nobody gets to talk to the president.
implicating yourself.
You did. You talked to him.
I talked to him for 2 seconds.
2 seconds, brother. You were in there for a whole press conference, and he was
I
talking
was.
about how we're ending freedom of speech and shit. What are you talking about?
Oh
You're
my
the
God.
You're the new media now.
I am the new media. You're right. The future for the media is bright, man.
Yeah, don't be
very
ashamed
bright.
of that. Be the new
It's very
media.
bright. So, what is your issue with what I do? You said that you supported my debate with Jackson.
Yeah,
So what is
the debate was great.
great? And I have lots of great debates like that.
When I saw that.
Okay, so you should watch some more. Maybe before you talk shit about me, you should do some research.
I can talk shit about you because I've done plenty of research on it.
You haven't. You just said you haven't done any research. You said you've watched one debate. So tell me about me. Tell me about me.
You go out to protest, split protesters, so that way you can get them in trouble with the police and directly to the...
When they commit crimes, yes, that's exactly what I do.
There was a protester, you're talking to the police, and you're like, oh, what did you mean by that?
I was live, so I asked a follow-up question. What she said was that these officers should call their wives because they might not make it home to them. So I asked her, what did you mean by that?
Legit.
Are you going to kill them? Is that what you were saying? That's what I asked her.
That is the only thing.
My purpose is here to come here and document.
You're not here to just show like what's happening.
I am. I've walked around this crowd. All you're sitting here doing is filming the agents. I'm filming both.
I'm here filming the police. Wow.
Yes. Right. Exactly. And I'm filming both.
He's probably going to try to inspire the crowd to push him out of there.
I'm filming both. In all of my shots, you can play my stream back. You can see protesters and the police in all shots. I post videos of the police moving in on protesters when I cover these events. I post videos of protesters getting injured all the time. I interview protesters and I post them in their entirety.
You're not going to be able to play this with me.
I'm not playing anything with you. You don't know anything about me. You're an idiot. I'm not playing the game.
I think you're a clown.
I just want to know why though, because you appreciate my debate with Jackson Hinkle, and that's a lot of what I do. So what is? You don't like that I go and document protests, which is exactly what you're doing right now, by the way. I don't work for the federal government, and I don't have a direct line to Trump. I don't. A staffer reached out to me. Yes. No, a staffer reached out to me. Yeah, I have connections in the staff.
No other independent real journalists actually have that connection.
What do you mean? There were dozens of journalists sitting at the round table.
This guy must never watch the political news unless, and sadly, there are a lot of people who do that. Unless Trump is at the center of it, they don't really pay attention to the news whatsoever. Like, I got buddies of mine, good friends who I have mad love for, mad respect for. They were clueless as to the garbage that came out of the the Biden administration over the last 4 years. They were clueless on it. But now that Trump's in office, they're hanging on every news story that comes out. And so they're primarily mainstream media sources. So they don't know anything positive about Trump, anything whatsoever. All I ever hear come out of their mouth is how bad Trump is and how much they hate him. But they don't talk about his impact on the economy, what he's done with the crypto market, how he's trying to administer the tariffs, trying to bring in, which he has brought in a significant amount of money into our country, how he shored up the border, locked it down. And this is a point that I bring up time and time again. I'm about to get a drink of water here in a second. But how illegal immigration massively negatively impacted the housing market over the last 4 years. Housing became incredibly difficult for people to get to because so many illegals were getting it. How the economy was negatively impacted because of all the social programs that these tens of millions estimated of illegals brought in. And how they took jobs primarily away. And I say this point over and over again, that they primarily take jobs away from Black Americans, Black males in particular. But most people don't want to hear that. Most people don't want to talk about that. They want to remain in the dark and continue their talking points and not even try to engage and learn a different perspective. And because I tell everybody this, in 2016, I couldn't stand Donald Trump. I was already on the right. I had already left the Democratic Party a few years prior to that. And during Obama's second term, when the Lord saved me and I walked away from the Democratic Party because I saw too many of their core values were contrary to Scripture. Too many of their essential, foundational beliefs were essential. So all I say is just that this guy sounds just like most people out there who aren't willing to open their mind and listen to another perspective.
And then there was an entire press pool in front of us. There was at least a dozen. And then there was an entire press pool right in front of us. CNN, MSNBC, Fox, Center Square. They were all there. They were all in the press pool. The whole White House press corps was there. Yes, he did. He took a ton of questions. I was actually like, man, he's got to stop taking questions because I want to get a picture with him. Evidently, we didn't get to do that because he had to go negotiate peace in the Middle East. But
you're not going to be able to convince me or anybody here that you're like,
that's fine, man.
Like an unbiased.
I think you should do a little more research on me. Okay, well, that's fine.
With you. Like, we're out here in the same spot.
That's fine.
And he's talking about being unbiased, but he clearly hates Donald Trump. And what difference does it make whether you're biased or not when you're doing media? It's just be open about it, which this guy clearly is.
That's fine. That's fine, but you know very little about me. And honestly, I don't know anything about you. I just know that you were talking about me because my chat told me.
You know enough to come up and ask me about it and make me.
No, I've never heard your name before. They just said that guy's talking about you. I do?
You do.
I follow a lot of people on X. I follow a lot of people on X.
It's all good, though. But here's another. I think you're a clown.
That's
I don't
fine.
think you're a legitimate journalist, and I
Okay.
have freedom to say that. I'm glad that you're
That's
telling
fine.
me, though, so I can
That's
tell
fine.
it to your face.
Okay, that's fine. All right, man. Have a wonderful day.
That's a lot.
What a loser. I'm mad because you had a meeting with the president. I'm mad because you had a meeting with the president. He's like, why did you get that exclusive opportunity? It's like, no. We had, Katie was there, Andy, Nick, Savannah was there. You had so many journalists sitting at that table, and then you had the entire White House press corps right in front of us.
And another thing, make sure I'm not unmuted. Thanks, man. And if you have a large audience, people, nowadays, this isn't 20 years ago, 30 years ago, where you had to find another way to get media attention. Now, regular creators like me, and trust me, I'm not putting myself in that kind of category, and there's nothing special about me. But a regular creator can build a large following, a large audience, and get eyes on them, and the word can get back to our government, our politicians, and so that's basically what happened with this guy. He went viral with his being pushed off of the HBCU, and him getting out there shortly after Charlie was assassinated. And he's having conversations with folks. Nothing unusual about that at all.
Thank you, Static. I appreciate it. He's like, I'm mad because you were here filming the protests, which is exactly what he's doing.
He's also doing the exact same thing, except he's only filming the police. I think he's coming back. Brandy was there. Yeah, Brandy is fantastic.
I don't know why I can't get your full comment here.
The fact that we're standing here at a protest that's really about
Wait for Ronda Rousey to come walking out.
white nationalist ethnic cleansing. And we're talking about crime as if the two are related.
How is it ethnic cleansing?
How is it ethnic cleansing?
Yeah. We just had a Hispanic reporter, Julio Rosas, at the White House 2 days ago. Fabian Garcia's here with us. He's brown, and he's Hispanic. He's here with us. He's not being deported.
They're going around to neighborhoods in Chicago that are predominantly full of brown people. They're rounding them up in unmarked
Only illegals. Violated it. If you violated it, yes, they do. Prove it. Prove it. Where's the evidence? 8 U.S. Code 1325, improper entry by alien. You cannot enter this country without inspection.
They come up to you and they take a picture of your face and they run it through their dystopian technology that tells them immediately everything about you. And they stand there and they wait. And the system says arrest.
It sounds like a great way to find illegal immigrants to me.
But what is
It doesn't say everything about you. It lets them know whether you are a citizen or not, or what. That's all. It's a database, so we can keep track of who's in our country lawfully or not. These people are delusional.
Yeah, have you seen the videos of ICE agents arresting illegals outside of their court hearings? If you know they're an illegal immigrant, yes, you can. You just said that they do know that they're an illegal immigrant. You just said they do a facial recognition software and tells them everything they need to know.
You are justified in doing that. You are justified in stopping people, a lawful detention, an investigatory stop in policing. That's a legal thing. And we're dealing with issues when it comes to immigration. And they're in the city of Chicago, which has designated itself as what? What was it referring to itself as? A sanctuary city? So yeah, you are justified. ICE is justified in stopping you to find out who you are. Takes probably a couple of minutes, and then you're on your way. Period. And you wouldn't be in this situation if you didn't designate yourself as a sanctuary city, most likely. Or you wouldn't be in a situation like this if you would have nothing to worry about if you came here legally, lawfully.
You just said they run them through facial recognition and then they wait. So they're not going up to them. They're taking photos.
No, they went up to them first.
Okay. Well, let's get your story straight here.
On my phone of them doing this at the Dunkin'.
And how do you know they didn't know that person was an illegal?
Because I saw them hold their technology up to his face and wait.
What's the problem?
How do you know?
What's wrong?
That they didn't know that person was an illegal immigrant. Okay, you don't know. You have no idea. You don't know.
Why were they approached?
Because they were an illegal immigrant. You cannot enter this country without inspection or permission of an immigration official. It's against the law.
Nothing wrong with
You
that.
cannot illegally detain someone without due process and probable
If they've committed a crime,
which is actually what
you can.
courts have said recently.
No, you don't need a warrant to detain somebody who's committed a crime. If you know the person is an illegal immigrant, you do not need a
Not in
warrant.
the same universe.
Reasonable suspicion. Now, I'm not sure how it stands when it comes to federal law, but do you have reasonable suspicion when you are in a sanctuary city? And what other data do they have to do what they're doing? Like what other information? I don't know because I'm not ICE, but you're in a sanctuary city and we know that we've allowed tens of millions, or let's just say millions, just for the sake of argument, millions of people to enter into our country illegally. All they had to do was say, oh, I'm just seeking asylum. And how many of them actually were seeking asylum because they were political prisoners or being persecuted by the country? Very little. Many just came here because they had opportunity. I'm sure many came because they have ill will. Plenty came with that mindset. So these guys opened the door. The last administration did. So Trump is, I'm sure, and I'm going to have to do some research to verify exactly his justification, like legal justification for that. But I think the fact that you're in a sanctuary city plays a major role.
We are in the same universe. You're totally right. You're actually completely correct. We are not in the same universe. You believe in no borders. I believe in borders. You think that Trump is rounding up brown people, all brown people, and ethnically cleansing brown people, despite the fact that Trump just invited 2 brown people to the White House 2 days ago. I'm live. It's live, buddy. There's 2,000 people watching. It's not clipped. It's live. You're completely right. We are not. If he's an illegal immigrant, you can. No. I have lots of brown friends. I was just at the White House with brown people. Reporters. That's great for you. Right. Where do you find eggs?
Where do you find immigrants?
In a chicken coop. So you go to the neighborhoods where you're likely to find illegal immigrants, or you're going to end up in neighborhoods where you're likely to find illegal immigrants when you're hunting illegal immigrants. Yes.
Everybody's a real person. Over there, just one.
There are plenty of immigrants who are here illegally who are not brown.
You're right, and they should be deported as well, and they are being deported.
So you're going to go up to everyone.
Yes, anyone who's entered this country illegally should be gone.
But we also understand what population, ethnic groups, races, ethnic groups I'll stick with. Which nations sent the most of these illegals? We know, I mean, South America is right underneath us. So it is natural to believe that there's going to be a large number of Hispanic people make their way into our country. Is that crazy to believe? No, it's not. It's reasonable. I'm sure there were plenty of white folks that came over to our country over the last 4 years. I'm sure of it. But I'm pretty sure that the majority of people that came over were either Hispanic or Asian or Middle Eastern or something like that. I'd be willing to bet that that's the vast majority of people. And is it racist for me to think that? That's just dumb. That's just stupid to think that making that statement or claim is racist.
It's been U.S. code since the 1940s.
It's the detentions off the street, man.
Yeah. Do you support Obama?
It's the kidnapping.
Do you support Obama?
And even the language he uses, kidnapping. That's not kidnapping. It is reasonable suspicion, an investigatory detention. You figure out if this person is illegal or not. And if they're not, you send them on their way. You say thank you.
I won't answer that question.
Do you support the kidnapping?
Do you support Obama? Because he did it way better.
Do you support kidnapping?
Yes. If your definition of kidnapping is detaining illegal immigrants and deporting them from this country, then yes, 100%. And if you support Obama, Obama did it worse than Trump did.
They're detaining more than just illegal.
No, they're not. Prove it.
They are.
Prove it. Prove it.
Right now?
Yes, right now.
Detaining for how long? Yes, there's a time limit where you're allowed to detain somebody. How long are these detentions? People are getting all up in arms over them hitting up this one apartment complex. They probably had intel that there are a lot of illegals living here. So then they hit up this apartment complex. You have to detain people in large number, and then you work your way through who's who, figure out who's who, and then you arrest who's here illegally, and you set free, you let loose the people who aren't, the people who are here legally. It's all that is. And if these people who claim to have so much knowledge on this topic, clearly with no law enforcement background whatsoever, if they honestly knew what they were talking, I just sometimes wish they would stop talking, because it's so clear that they have no idea what they're talking about.
Prove it.
I can't show you.
That's right. I didn't think so. Yeah, I didn't think so.
Let me read this text here. Appreciate you chiming in. Even Bill Maher said you'd be stupid to not take advantage of an invite to the White House by the president, which he took, right? Even if you don't like him, because of the opportunity to speak and address the president. 100%. Nothing weird about that at all.
Think so. Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah. That's what I thought.
I just like hearing both sides. I'm still on the fence on.
I just don't know how you can go up to someone in the United States of America and detain them without a warrant and no problem.
When you know they've committed a crime,
The color of their skin.
if you punch me in the face right now, those cops would detain you.
I've never punched anyone.
They don't need a warrant to detain you. I'm not saying you would. I'm just saying that if you commit a crime, they don't need a warrant to detain you. You've committed a crime. If you enter this country illegally and breach federal law, they don't need a warrant to detain you. You're an illegal immigrant, and they can detain you and then deport you. They don't. They do not. If you punch me in the face right now, those cops...
You don't need a warrant when you have reasonable suspicion, when you are looking for illegal immigrants in a sanctuary city. You don't need a warrant. People don't understand the application of a search warrant. And I probably did maybe 2 or 3 search warrants in my whole life, my whole career. And even on the basic level, so many people think you need some type of a search warrant. All you need is like I said, it is a temporary suspension, detention to determine whether someone's here legally or not. They're talking like, I wonder, like, what's her criminal justice background? Attorney or whatever? Probably not.
Detain you without a warrant. They would arrest you and take you to jail. If you've committed a crime and they can verify you've committed a crime, they don't need a warrant. You're wrong. Yes, illegally they came into this country. I am an American. I'm a proud American. I am not a Native American. Yeah, I don't hate immigrants. Trump is an immigrant. He's a second-generation immigrant. His kids are all second-generation. His wife's first-generation. David, where's David? My friend David right here is an immigrant. He came to this country legally. I have nothing against legal immigrants. I have something against illegal immigrants. There's a difference. I don't care what reason they came to this country illegally for. I don't care. They weren't here illegally. They conquered it. What? My grandparents were American citizens. My family's been here since the 1600s. My family has been here since before this country existed. My family predates this country. This country was founded in 1776. We learned this in high school. Yes. I am an American. My family's been here since before America existed.
And it's so weird. They love using the argument that the only ones who have any legal jurisdiction to this country are the Native Americans. But there's a lot more information coming out that the Native American heritage is tied to more of an Asian population, if I'm not mistaken. I know they're not tied here, like they were foundationally here. And not to mention all the conflict, the warring that took place between various tribes. This whole idea of this peaceful native that was here, and they were just in one with nature and in tune with one another, and they shared everything alike. Now there were definitely some peaceful native Indian tribes here in the U.S., but violence followed many of them, and there were constant overthrowing and taking. So what's good for the goose is good for the gander. That's my perspective. If you took land from another group of Native Americans violently, I might add, and then it happened to you, what's the difference? Honestly, I'm not advocating violence. All I'm doing is just showing the flaws within her argument.
Not Native, nor do I need to be.
Open your ears and listen. Native American.
Yeah, what's your point?
Are you Native American?
No.
Yeah.
No, they didn't. We conquered it. We conquered it. Every square inch of this planet has been conquered.
No.
No. Nope. Wrong. Nope. Nope. Wrong. You're wrong.
Oh, and look how lame this is. A van drives by, they throw middle fingers up. Whoop-de-freaking do. Like, honestly. Whoop-de-do. Who cares? It's so juvenile.
Debating people on the side. It's pretty awesome.
Dude, next time they ask you if you're Native American, say yes, I was born here. I'm native to this land. That's what you need to say.
I do have some level of Native in me. I have some ancestors that were Native, but it's like
My
very
grandpa
very
was
small
from
amount.
Canada, so I don't think I had anything to do with that.
Hey, thank you everybody for tuning in. We got 2,500 people in here. Make sure to like the live. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already.
There are numerous Slavic white Asians.
Well, I'm live. I've got a good viewership right now, so I don't want to kill it.
Over illegally.
Yeah, so if you guys don't know me, my name's Higby. I'm a reporter for Today's America and Turning Point Frontlines. I was just at the White House briefing the president on the Antifa situation. I was at the roundtable. I also am on a college tour currently. Been on tour.
Great point right here, brother. In order to avoid the appearance of racism, we have to be intentionally stupid. 9/11 happens and we refuse to profile Middle Eastern men from 18 to 45. Stupid and suicidal. 1,000% accurate. 100% accurate. What's really weird, I remember when I first went out to patrol, I worked in the jail and in the prison system the majority of my law enforcement career. But when I went out to the streets, there was all this talk, or right before I went out to the street, there was all this talk and anger about profiling. But if you want to create a criminal profile of any group, and it's really weird. Excuse me, I had a burp. But there are a lot of people talking about profiling, but yet consistently, white people are generalized as to, man, white people, especially coming from us in the black community. And I'm just keeping it real. We are so used to saying, man, white people are crazy or something along those lines. Like it's just part of the modern, typical black vernacular to say something like that. And we can get away with it most of the time. So is that because you'll see something weird like I was talking to my wife the other day, and we talk about some of the videos where we'll see somebody at like Yellowstone National Park or somewhere like that, where there's like this buffalo on the side of the road. And you'll see like this white couple get out of their car and they'll walk up to this buffalo and they'll try to get a pic. And I'll just be looking at her like, what's going on with white people? And we say it in a joking way, but in on one side, I'm being totally honest. But of course, it's not any type of hatred, because like in our household, we can have these open and raw conversations about race and skin color and things like that. And no one takes offense whatsoever. And with me and my close friends, we can have open and honest conversations about race. Like they'll talk about the crime in the black community. And one of my buddies is Catholic, and he and I used to go back and forth about, a lot of pedophilia and stuff like that. I probably shouldn't say that word on YouTube, but all that kind of issues going on in the Catholic Church. And none of us got offended by it because we were grown men having conversations about these issues. And we were real enough to be able to examine our own communities and say, yeah, there's some issues going on there when it comes to this point or that point. Or I don't agree with you here. That's how and these are conversations that I've had, like I said, at home, we have it all the time. But like me and my buddy, we were having these conversations like in the early 2000s, late 90s. And it was no big deal. Now we have a society full of snowflakes where everybody's offended. Everybody gets their feelings hurt so badly. And I say all that to say that if you have an issue, like unless you live under a rock or just haven't been examining anything, there is such a thing as Islamic jihad. If you have any knowledge about the history of Islam, you know that it's spread predominantly throughout the centuries through violent overthrow. That's primarily how Islam spread around the world. And it just is what it is. But you have a lot of people out there who, God forbid, you point out that reality. They want to get offended. They want to get in their feelings. You're being Islamophobic. Just like nowadays, you have people who don't want to acknowledge the trans shooting, the epidemic of transgender, so-called transgender shooters these days. And unless, just like I talk about the issues in the Black community, I think the fatherless rate has had such a negative impact on us as a society, which leads to all types of problems, mental health, poor decisions, lack of discipline oftentimes in the home, because nobody can bring the discipline or the fear into a kid like their father. And I know, even though my father was in the home, and I've spoken about this and anyone who's listened to me speak on a pretty consistent basis know where I stand when it comes to that issue. My dad was in the house, but that man had so many other things going on in his life. It was almost as if we weren't there especially when we were younger. It wasn't until later in life where I started to develop a deeper friendship, or not friendship, but deeper relationship with my dad. But he was very much absent, and it was my mom doing most of the work. And God bless her, but my mom had a lot of issues going on. And so what happened as a result, there was like a lot of abuse in our house, like between my mom and dad, and even what we received. And there were times in my life where I carried some of that nonsense on into my family when I was a young man. I'm not proud of that, but it was a sad and unfortunate product of the culture that I was around. But I know it went real long, Earl. I appreciate you dropping in, but I say all that to say profiling, or being able to establish a profile of a suspect, is good policing. It's good policing. If you're in the hood in Chicago, I'm pretty sure that most of the crime comes from a certain segment. Just like if you live in the Appalachian Mountains, there's a certain segment of society that fits the profile of who's committing the crime. That's just being wise. There's good police
Since
work.
2 days after Charlie died, and I've been going to college campuses, tabling and debating students. You can find a lot of that content on this channel if you want to check it out. We've got some really good stuff. Well, Fabian, you might want to be careful, man. I heard they're trying to get you out of here. ICE. Yeah, they're ethnic cleansing you. Yeah. That's what they said. Yeah, that you're being ethnically cleansed. The MVP.
I'm getting deported next.
Yeah, you're getting deported next.
Amen, brother. Everybody did it.
I mean, to be honest, I've been on worse buses in India when I was visiting, and most other places I've visited. So,
violent subjugation, unfortunately, is a part of human history.
Tell Andrew we probably won't.
There's no getting around. Everybody's done it, just like slavery. Everyone's done it. Everyone has been victimized by it. And if we want to be consistent, then you would have to say reparations for everybody. Or you would have to say something along the lines of everybody's screwed up in that case. So everyone's justified in being screw-ups? No, we don't accept that. We say we learn from the mistakes of the past. What has our country done? What have we done as a nation to fix those issues? And then we try to move on from there.
Tell Andrew to come down here. Oh, they're saying they're telling them to kill themselves.
Exactly, brother. There were no immigration laws at the time.
I can't thank you guys again enough for the $200 donations. Thanks so much, guys. Crucible and John Dempsey, thanks so much.
The Nazis said that too. They're following order.
They don't know history.
They're literally following order just like that. They have a choice. They have a choice.
John Gray, sorry. Earl says, I profile everyone. Primarily what people wear in public tells me a lot about them. or if they're with their family, or if they're being loud. And you would be a fool not to. I tell this story before. I was one time my daughter was really young, my youngest daughter, and we were at some Asian buffet. We used to hit them spots up all the time. And there was a guy standing next to her. We're getting our food. And I look
Hey,
over,
Mike, thank you so much for the super chat.
I look over and I see this guy with like this Aryan tattoo on his forearm. And again, I was working at the jail at the time, so I was very used to that stuff. So I just said, "Hey," I walked over to her and I was like, "Hey, hon, come over here. Let me show you something." She was only maybe 7, 6, 7 years old, maybe. And I didn't want her to worry or freak out or anything like that, but I just brought her over because I saw and I was just like, this dude could be a potential problem. And how did I know that? Because I profiled him. I saw that, and he was like he was a skinhead, had a buzz cut, and he had that Aryan tattoo. I was like, okay, come on over here, honey, because I didn't know what his intentions were.
J Mac, thank you for the $20 super chat. Go in Mikado's chat. Tell everybody come watch me so they don't have to watch him. Make sure to like and subscribe as well while you're here.
100%, brother. You'd be a fool. The guy said no probable cause. What did he say on that thing? Let me back it up, see if I can get to it. No arrest without probable cause or warrant. You have to have probable cause to arrest somebody. What happens prior to that? Reasonable suspicion. You do an investigatory stop. If I walk by somebody, let's say I stop you, you're in a sanctuary city because the facts and circumstances matter. And I stop you, and then and you take off running. Okay. Yeah, that reasonable suspicion standard increased incredibly. Now I'm going to chase you down. Now I do a search and I find out you're here illegally, or you have some kind of a warrant. Now, then I'm completely justified. But my suspicion went up, my radar, my concern went up because of all the other facts surrounding my contact with you. People don't understand these basic principles. You don't get arrested unless there is probable cause. The definition here in Nevada, if I still remember, probable cause exists when the facts and circumstances known to the officer would warrant a prudent man in believing that someone had committed a crime and that the accused had committed it. Real rough. It's been like 11 years since I retired, and I wasn't on the streets the last 2. But that's probable cause. The facts and circumstances surrounding a crime or surrounding an incident. Let me see if I can pull it up. The more I talk about it, the more I stumble over my words. Let me see. Probable cause. Let me see if I can do the Nevada, just because that's what I remember. All right, a probable cause exists when the facts and circumstances within the officer's knowledge based on reasonably trustworthy information are sufficient to warrant a reasonable person to believe that a crime has been or is being committed. That's just from the AI. So mine was what I learned in the academy. But generally speaking, you have to have information. You have to have facts that support your stance, why you believe that to be true. You don't just grab it out of thin air. And the more these people talk, like I said, whoops, get back to YouTube here. It's crazy. But I would.
Oh, looks like everybody's going to the other side.
Now I know I'm on the.
We have Mr. Mercado here.
I'm on the West Coast, so.
The loser.
It's in the Chicago area. It's Central Time, so it's 2 o'clock.
Oh, really? All right, let's go over there.
I wouldn't want to be out here. I don't know if he plans on being out here at night. I wouldn't want to be out there.
Who else did they say?
That's when things really, like the old Houdini said back in the day, the freaks come out at night.
We're going to the other side of the facility, guys. Apparently a judge ordered to take down a fence as well. So that'll be interesting.
See the judge try to enforce that.
Wow.
Is he going to stand out there?
These deportations are just getting started. It's going to get ugly. But harden our hearts to the errors law enforcement are bound to make. We can't have police afraid to lose their retirements. Yeah, you know it's only a matter of time before somebody literally dies with all these riots going on. It's only a matter of time before somebody loses their life. And then they're going to become the poster child for illegal immigration, trying to put an end to it. But if I were Trump, I would say, if you have a situation that goes down where there's an accusation, let's get those videos out there. Let's get that footage out there to the public ASAP. And I know there's an investigation that needs to take place, but the sooner the world can see what went down or what didn't go down, the more likely they are to just move on. And I would just remind these officers to make sure your tactics are honed, your tactics are sharp, and that you're not allowing these people to get you all riled up over stupid stuff.
Man, no ice cream? What? Imagine they pulled up with like a taco truck.
It's a sad reality, but by and large, conservatives and the right wing have had the back of law enforcement, but law enforcement many times has not had our back in return. COVID 2020 riots being a primary example. I cannot argue with you at all there, brother. Not one bit. And even in the situation what happened just a few days ago in Chicago, that's part of the reason why I started jumping on and said I wanted to start recording this.
Tommy Boy got locked up last night in Portland. Is he still in jail? Dude, free my guy TKO Tommy.
Is when these ICE agents, word has it that they were being surrounded. These ICE agents were being surrounded, and they called Chicago PD for backup, and they were told to stand down. Man, I'm telling you something. I made a video about that. It should be coming out in the next few days or so. But the idea that they were told to stand down and not back another officer who was doing their job, that's a bunch of garbage. I say it in the video, but I'm going to say it here as well. Let that have been me working at that time, working on the department here in Vegas, let's just say. And they told me to stand down. And I know that their agents are fellow officers who are out there who are in a dangerous situation. You can tell me to stand down all you want to. I'm going to tell control. Either I'm going to type it in the computer, or I'm going to get on the radio, or I'm just going to go. And then I'm going to say, control, show me arrived at such and such a scene where that unrest is taking place. And I'm going to get out of my vehicle, get my riot gear on, and I'm going out there and I'm doing the best I can to help those ICE agents. That's what I'm doing. And then I'm daring the administration to discipline me. I want them to, because then I will have a lawsuit on their behind so quick, because our job is to protect and serve. That's our job. And if that means me getting terminated or punished, so be it. But there's no way in the world you would catch me not backing my fellow officer. No way. Are they all done? What are they doing?
Oh, my fig.
But yeah,
my batteries, I guess.
COVID 2020 was a mess.
38%.
And just the summer of love, all the violence all over the country. And I was honestly so disappointed in Trump. And I knew that
we should get some
anytime whatever he wanted to do, that they were going to try to attack him. Whatever he wanted to do, they were going to try to attack him. And I think that's why he didn't do as much as he's doing now.
They're walking to the other side because there's.
But you had
apparently
people
some
all over
senators
the country
there.
just being, just oppressed by these tyrannical governments, cities, city leadership, federal leadership, state leadership. All these people around the country were just being mistreated. And I just really wanted him to do more. I saw like Tucker Carlson back in the day when he was still on Fox. You seen people literally like
he's being held without bail,
throwing high-grade fireworks, explosives,
free my guy,
shooting them at other people, and destroying businesses and whatnot, and cops just driving right by. And I know they were woefully outnumbered. I get it.
Thank you for $20 super
But
chat.
my goodness, they could have figured something else out.
This is their little camp here.
Jeez. You can't tell me this is not organized to some degree. You can't tell me that. Look at this.
Oh, look at this. They have Luigi masks. They support the killing of innocent CEOs here.
Yeah. You got a freaking poster board talking about Chicago ICE protests.
And they complain about tear gas all the time. They bring their dogs out here. It's disgusting.
I appreciate y'all stopping in while I'm going live. This was just a random thing. I didn't make any kind of announcement. I saw this.
Who paid for all that? It's a great question.
Let me just get on here and talk about this. I might do this more often. Is that the chick he got into it with earlier? No.
Oh, check this out. Senators in here.
Oh, yeah?
I can barely hear him when he's saying. Chick right here looks like a hippie. Straight. This is what all this reminds me of, like the hippie generation. That is in large part because Illy gets hammered for every little mistake by the left. I wouldn't want to be in that position. No, it does suck. But if you know you're doing the right thing, just do your job. That's always what I thought. And it's easy for me to say, because as a black cop, I got heat from primarily the black community, but I didn't get it to the same degree like the world was hating on your average everyday white cop just a few years ago.
Presidential power that is not appropriate under the Constitution. They're trying to negate constitutional power.
10 U.S. Code 12406.
You know, it blows my mind how these politicians in a place like Chicago, with the level of violence and crime that takes place, actually try to argue that what Trump's trying to do is a bad thing. Trying to bring the National Guard in, federal policing in, federal law enforcement to stop the crime, to stop the killing. It's absolutely
10
insane.
U.S. Code 12406. Yes, you can. Fully legal.
No, I'm good.
An instigator.
Not an instigator. She's lying to the media.
What did he say? 10 U.S. Code what? 10, was it 406? $12,406, is that it?
Has been sent home? Are they still deployed? Are they still at the Army base in Elwood? Where are they right
All right, let me see if I can pull this up on the screen, y'all. Let me know if you can see it. Let me see if I can, if you can't see that one. This, like I said, StreamYard is really acting weird these days. Used to be pretty easy to work with. Now it's a straight up mess. Anyway, I'll read it to you. 10 U.S. Code 12406 authorizes the president to call members, and this is from AI, so I'm not sure if it's 100% accurate, so fact check me on this one. Authorizes the president to call members and units of the National Guard of any state into federal service under specific circumstances. When the United States or in any of its commonwealths or possessions is invaded or in danger of invasion by a foreign nation, and I know he tried to do the some type of act, was Foreign Invasion Act or something like that. He tried and didn't work, but that's not the only standard. When there is a rebellion or danger of a rebellion against the authority of the U.S. government. And all you have to do is look at every city ICE has been to. L.A., Chicago. I think they were in Portland. All these riots going on around the nation. All these violent protests. You have violence against ICE, has increased exponentially. I had some chili earlier. Violence against ICE has increased exponentially. I think there are a lot of people saying that Trump should invoke the Insurrection Act. And I agree, because these people are literally fighting law enforcement in the streets, attacking them, shooting at them. He should have done this a long time ago. Anyway. Or when the president is unable to execute the laws of the United States with the regular armed forces alone. The president may do so in such numbers as he considers necessary to repel the invasion, suppress the rebellion, or execute the laws. Orders of these purposes must be issued through the governors of the states or through the commanding general of the National Guard of the District of Columbia in the case of the District of Columbia. This provision has been in effect since December 1994 and was amended in 2006 to replace the territories, commonwealth, or possessions with commonwealths or possessions. The authority has been invoked in recent actions such as June 2025 presidential memorandum calling 2,000 members of the California National Guard into service to protect federal property, though this action has been challenged on the grounds that it bypassed the state governor. But he was allowed to do so. I think he took it to the Supreme Court. Now you got some chick freaking out over here, so let's see what's going on. Let me get back here.
Seems like you're still here. You're outside the ICE facility, and spoiler alert, you haven't been deported. I'm Cam Higby.
That motherfucker is a racist motherfucker. Who told me I have that I don't have to be here?
I didn't say that. You have the right to be here. What I'm saying is that they're not treating you any differently because you're brown. No, I'm good. She's making a scene. She's making a scene, so I asked her questions.
She was fine. You're the one who came over here running.
Her voice called, so we came over here to listen.
Okay, but she can talk to them. She doesn't talk to you guys. Look at that one camera start right there. That's not okay. She was fine.
If she doesn't want to talk to us, then she shouldn't. If she doesn't want to talk to us, she shouldn't. I am. I already talked to the senator. I did. No.
We're gonna stay here.
I have a right to be here. Huh? Okay. That's fine.
You really got him. You really got him.
The president is an immigrant. He's a second-generation immigrant.
She's not talking to you. She's talking to them. She can do that if she wants to, but she doesn't have that fucking camera in her face. You can back up and go back over there.
I'm good. Treated me? What do you mean? What does that mean?
You said, oh, I'm a fucking native. No, you're not fucking native.
I'm not native.
You came here illegally too.
Nope.
Everybody's here illegally.
My country came here before this country existed.
I'm not here illegally.
Not just anybody else, but everybody.
Nope.
Your family came over in a boat, conquered, saying stupid shit, fucking here illegally.
Not our bad that you're bad at war.
There was no
Bad
law.
at war. We won.
All right, man. Come on, just chill.
We've literally raised a
I just
generation
asked her a question.
of snowflakes.
I just asked her a question. All I did is ask her a question.
Hypersensitive snowflakes.
All I did was ask her a
They
question.
can't stand to be challenged. Yes, it is. That's stupid. Raise a generation of people that can't have an argument. They just want to be offended. And call names. Like, how childish is that?
I thought we were doing the fuck racist chant.
Yeah,
Fuck
what about
racist. Fuck racist. I'm on board. I'm on board.
And who's this heifer anyway?
Why do you need lots of dudes around you to feel all big head over here?
They are supporting criminals with no due process, and that is not right. That's breaking the Constitution. Even immigrants have the right to due process. Give them their rights. We're all entitled to it.
That's what they're doing when they arrest them.
Stop, motherfucker, not. And they're not.
Yeah, they get arrested, detained, and they go to court, and then they get deported.
I'm using StreamYard, by the way, for the
fully
individuals
aware of what's
asking me
going on
that.
there.
I'm using StreamYard. But it's kind of weird now for some reason. It's just not working the same way it normally does.
Your family, your kids are crying, your mom's crying. You haven't seen that shit, right?
Oh, that sucks.
Have you been a part of that?
That sucks. Don't come to this country illegally.
You have family who's dealing with that shit. Oh, legally? What's legally? Tell me right now. What's legally?
You get permission from an immigration official.
And I know that he doesn't have a problem against migrants. He has a problem against illegal immigration and everybody that doesn't enforce the law. When you come into the country illegally, what does that mean? What does illegally mean? It's 8 U.S. Code 1325. You break it. That's simple.
How long will it be before somebody gets violent?
And Mexicans aren't going anywhere.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, what's up, Nick?
So right now you're going back and forth with the protester. What were you saying?
Well, she was saying something about immigrants are treated poorly in this country, or they're being deported or whatever. And so I asked her, or she's talking about how she's been treated. And I said, well, are you an illegal immigrant? And she said, no, of course I'm not an illegal immigrant. I said, okay, well, then you have nothing to worry about. And she said, oh, they do, they racially profile people. I'm like, well, you're sitting right outside of a federal ICE facility, and spoiler alert, you're still in this country. You haven't been deported. So evidently, that's not true.
Yeah, right now they're getting pretty mad. She's reading from the script over there.
Yeah.
And we got these people right here with the signs, Chinga la Negra, resistáis, big cameras in our faces, but nobody will speak. But they're happy to yell.
Exactly.
We
100%.
don't,
Appreciate it.
don't worry, they'll text you guys for a comment. I might have a camera in the face.
Equally measured.
I'm live on Instagram. Sure.
Brainwashed drones. It's really sad, actually.
Yeah, no worries.
Are you guys journalists or are you guys?
I'm a journalist and political commentator. I'm currently on a tour across the country. I've been touring since just after Charlie Kirk got killed.
I just hope he's safe out there, man, because he's already been attacked a few times.
But I'm not working for them today.
I remember getting on
I'm doing my own
his
thing.
Instagram, and I kind of went off on him because they were allowing people to get behind them while they're doing their debates and stuff like that.
Higby,
And I'm like, you guys really need to have some type of security. And if you don't have security, at least put your backs against a wall or something where you can
4 weeks.
make sure no one sneaks up behind you. But I remember kind of like saying, do not allow anyone to get behind you.
Well, of course.
And then in the next video, I think they actually had paid security. So I don't know if they listened or they just kind of learned the lesson on their own.
Today, but I did see there were arrests this morning, and there was some pushing back on federal agents. I just got into a discussion with a young lady who was talking about how immigrants are unfairly treated in this country.
You're welcome,
and how
Phil.
Brown people are unfairly treated, etc. And I
appreciate
asked her
you
if
being
she was an
here.
immigrant. She said no. I told her you have nothing to worry about then. And she said, no, they do come after me. I'm like, well, you're standing outside of a federal ICE facility right now, chanting at the top of your lungs, and evidently nothing is happening to you. So, evidently that's not true. And also, like, my friend here, I've been on the road with him, legal immigrant right here. We don't hate legal immigrants. We got a legal immigrant right here, good friend of mine.
Yeah, we love immigrants.
And
we just can't stand when people illegally come into the country, break our laws. We literally have laws on the books. We just asked Senator Dick Durbin, why do you want to enforce the laws that are on books? And if he's so against the laws that we have in the United States, then go ahead and reform them. And when I asked him for the reform, what did he tell us? The usual political response.
Read my bill.
How's it going, man?
My 2000-page bill.
My 2000-page bill. We asked him specifically, you can enter the country illegally and then still claim asylum. It's a loophole. Maybe reform that. Read my bill. Read my bill. It's all just public.
So I'm from Chicago. I've been covering this. My name's Grady.
What's happening out here inside Chicago?
I know, it's crazy. Damn, dude. We're just everywhere, man. Oh, dude, Mikado, something. Some guy was talking shit about us. About me and you specifically. I confronted him earlier. Oh, that guy right there. That guy right there. You should go talk to him.
I don't care about like.
He's a big streamer.
He's shouting you out on his live. He's like, traitors.
Yeah, he's
Like, it's so funny to get somebody else who's like talking to him. Like,
Yeah.
we're not here today. I didn't even call and ask him questions.
Yeah.
Ask him. You're a better debater probably than I am. But I just want to show what people are thinking. And it's just like they don't even want to come talk to you.
I know, dude.
It's wild.
That's Johnny, whatever.
Johnny, I don't know.
There's where's Jolly? Good ginger.
Oh yeah, Jolly Good Ginger is supposed to be here. He said he was coming.
Is there anything happening today?
It'll probably get bigger.
Because at 6 p.m. they are here, they get arrested.
Yes, yeah.
So they have to go somewhere else.
Yeah, it's probably going to get nuts at night.
Take down a
I wouldn't want to be out
this
there.
one, but I'm not sure.
Let's go through some of these chats here. I appreciate y'all dropping
yeah,
in.
That's gotta be it. Yeah, that's gotta be it. It's gotta be it. How's it going, man? It's good to see you.
I saw one friendly. I'm like,
Yeah, man. We need Nick Shirley here too. We got it.
Did you hear that supposedly this special team, special
I
unit
went to
team
DC, did the round table, and then I
of
flew right back
Chicago
here.
police have all walked off the job?
Yeah. Nick was there too. Yeah. It was
Oh, I
great.
haven't heard about that. Hey, link
Yeah.
me, send that to
Man,
me,
it
bro, on
is- I'm
Facebook if you
sweating.
can, or here if you want to in the
Yeah.
chat. Because I hadn't heard about
Were
that.
you here this morning?
no, I live close. I was
Oh,
doing emails for work, and I saw they were fighting over there.
Yeah. I wasn't here this morning. No.
This is the friend-enemy distinction at play. The relationship between LA law enforcement and the right needs to be reciprocal. I agree. He said we try to
dang.
apply the law fairly
I told-
like TSA, but all we
told
do
Angela
is
to
hurt
come down here,
ourselves.
too. I don't know if she will, but.
What I mean is that in situations like we saw during 2020, LE needs to say, nah, we actually aren't going to arrest pastors that want to open their churches. Yeah, that's just silly to me, honestly. That was absolutely insane. There's no way I would have done that. No way I would have done that. I'm not taking this guy to jail. What law did he break? That's all you have to ask. What law did they break?
Restart the live in a little bit.
And if you don't have
I'm
any,
not
then you
supposed to
move
be on
on.
the road, right?
We got a lot of brainwashed cowards out there wearing the badge, unfortunately, during 2020. Hey, Phil, good to see you again.
I guess the Senators are gone. Yeah. Dude, that was great calling them out for their lies.
That was pretty good.
10 U.S. code 12406, baby.
Like I said, Trump needs to instill.
Guys, did I say 10 U.S. code 12406 or did I say 8 U.S. code 12406?
The Insurrection Act. Because things are getting out of hand. Every time you turn around, honestly, just look at it. Look at all the violence that takes place. And some people don't want to admit it. But look at all the violence we've seen coming from the left.
I can trust. Yo, did the boys donate $200 again?
I think there was a riot just last night in Boston.
That's new.
Pro-Palestine riot. Every major policy every policy or stance that the left holds dearly to, they're quick to jump to violence. All you have to do, you think about every one of them. You look at their stance when it comes to Palestine, the LGBT issues, Doge, when all the violence that took place regarding Doge, Tesla dealerships and vehicles being vandalized and firebombed. This whole situation, immigration situation with ICE, every time you turn around, they're ready to be violent.
Hey, David, you don't have
and somebody needs to stop them, period.
Can I use that?
And I'm hoping that Trump finally takes a stance and stops these people. Because if they're allowed to continue doing what they're doing,
the part that's already open,
uninhibited,
thanks, man. Sure.
This will only get worse. He needs to smash this whole far left ideology. I'm not talking about people. I mean, you step up and you get put down because you're trying to act violently or something like that, then you ask for it. And I'm not talking about, I don't want anybody getting hurt. But if you put law enforcement or other people at risk of harm, then you get what you ask for.
Immigrant friend.
You get what you deserve.
Why not?
But I'm telling y'all, I don't know. He's got to stop these people. That's all I can say. He's got to, and I know he's saying he's going after Antifa and whatnot. But what I've said before was that he needs to broaden that definition. There were conversations that they had when they had their little press conference with all these so-called experts and some of these guys who were some of the main boots on the ground at a lot of these rallies, a lot of these protests and riots. I'm glad that he actually had a conversation with these guys because the definition, they need to make sure they have a broad definition when you talk about far left
1246
radicals.
Actually, did you finish out that time?
People who literally want to overthrow our nation
the guard can be legally deployed.
or are willing to act violently in order to promote a political cause, which is the definition of terrorism.
Drop it in chat, guys. 10 U.S. code 12406. So funny. What a loser.
I don't even know what he said.
What a loser. No, I don't think we need a mod. Let's just let them spam. They're just boosting engagement. Who cares? The more
Live on YouTube?
Yeah.
He's like 2,000 viewers.
Oh, YouTube.
2,459. What's up? David here.
What's going on? Make sure you go subscribe.
Move up a bit here.
Subscribe to Fearless. Lots of bullhorns.
Again, I appreciate y'all jumping in and following along with my little random
materials here.
Live stream.
I would love to ask some questions. Yeah. How did you guys get all the supplies?
So this is all donated by the community of people. A lot of people just stop by and ask if we need anything. We're currently not taking any donations because we're severely overstocked and we don't need any more things as of right now. But yeah,
People just come and bring gas masks and stuff.
Well, I have a list like Amazon wish list and stuff, so people will leave waters, snacks, gloves, goggles.
I saw that the other night. What is that thing? Like, what is on top of that water gallon there?
Oh, it's like so you can wash your hands.
Oh, I see. Okay, cool. What are the American flags for back there?
Some demonstrators have left them so that if people want to walk around with them, they can have it. We used to have them up, but it's kind of hard to put them up, and we don't want them to be on the ground or anything. So right now we're just trying to like.
They kind of are on the ground already. Right?
No, that's true. Well, I guess.
A little bit. Let me think if I have any other questions. What's with the Luigi masks?
Oh, people were just wanting to like have masks because they saw all the like having COVID, and it's just like.
What's with it being Luigi though? Is there any meaning?
Luigi Mangione.
It's just
Really?
costume. It's Halloween. You go to Halloween. You go to Spirit Halloween, and
there's no meaning behind that.
There's also Batman. No, there's Cookie Monster. You want to find meaning behind the Cookie Monster? Like,
I see. Interesting.
It's Halloween, and we gotta stay in good spirit.
Yeah.
I see. Interesting. Okay, let me think if I have any other questions. I don't think so. Are you guys? How long are you guys planning on going tonight? As far as protests go.
So protesting wise, the village only allows to 6 p.m. but we have permission from the chief of police himself, so the tech states are on.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, cool. All right, well, thank you.
Of course.
How's it going? No double meaning behind the Luigi.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I'm calling major BS on that one. Thank you for the $9.99 super donation or super chat. Thank you for becoming a member. I can't. It doesn't let me like scroll over.
Good question, Scott.
They
hate America. Why do they need flags?
Yeah, that was a total lie.
Really weird. I wondered that myself. Let me see what I can find.
What's that? Well, I'm not working for Turning Point right now, but I do contract for them. Yeah, it's just nice to meet you, Cam Higby.
Yeah. Nice to meet you.
I was just at the round table at the White House.
I just saw that.
Yeah.
I saw you guys over there. So
yeah, Nick's over there too, Nick Shirley.
Yeah, I just said hi.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
See you guys.
Yeah, it was great to meet you.
You know what I would think, Scott, is that maybe not everyone hates America. Maybe not all of them. I think a high percentage of them do, but maybe not all of them do.
Yeah,
Or
major news back, Stubby.
There's got to be some kind of dual message going on that I'm just not getting.
Thank you for the engagement boost. Much appreciated.
I want Trump to personally come out here and deport illegals. It'd be super sad.
Hey, Katie, thank you for becoming a member. Kim, Katie, USA, thank you. Thank you for becoming a member.
So after research, that claim was clickbait, false, no walk-offs. Okay. Man, good on you, man.
Hey, thank you for the $5 super chat, Evan Noyce.
You got to fact check everything.
Much appreciate it. Let's see, is there people over here? No. Oh, something's going on over here.
You don't know who to trust or what to trust. I automatically think.
Okay, got it. Copy.
When I see something on social media,
can I just go through here, like right here?
I assume it's false.
Okay,
until
got it.
proven otherwise.
Understood. Down. Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Nick super chatting.
Yeah.
You want to say something to the live?
Yeah, what's up, live out here in Chicago? Sorry, I'm on grass. They get mad to be on the grass out here. But interesting day. So overcast. We had a big group of protesters. The lady was literally reading a script off her phone.
What's been the reception to the questions you've been asking?
Everyone thinks that this is the Gestapo.
I think it's Gestapo.
I think it's the Gestapo. I saw one person get arrested today. Other than that, it's just been a whole lot of yelling, a whole lot of middle finger.
Yeah, totally. Has anybody threatened you at all today?
No, not
really.
really. Except for just in there just a second ago.
Yeah.
Who knows what's going to happen? It's getting a little wild. Chicago's pretty wild.
Yeah. It's crazy. Nick Shirley was just at the White House roundtable with me, 2 days ago? And he did a great job, so everybody make sure to go over to Nick Shirley's channel and give him a subscribe.
There's always something new here in America.
There's always something new. This guy's everywhere, too. He's everywhere, all at once. Yeah, this is David. He's on tour with me. This is Fabian. He's out sometimes. And this is Lance.
Like I said, I just hope these guys are
You guys know
careful.
Nick Shirley, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, you guys around.
Scott, I can't help but want to agree with you, bro.
We've been on the cover, like, that actually kind of gave us a whole spiel. Basically, it told us about what was going to happen.
You know, it's really weird. A few weeks back, or heck, a month ago, now, the day
Tonight?
before
Who
the
said that?
day Charlie was shot, I had a weird feeling that something wasn't right.
They're going to
I
do
had
it
a weird
tonight.
feeling that something
At what
bad
time?
was going to happen.
Well, they can't protest until at 6. They have to be out of
They're going to get arrested. That'll be fun.
That'll be fun. Yeah.
They probably want to be arrested.
When we were here Thursday, they declared after 6:10 illegal assembly. They just said we're gonna give you a citation. If you say after that we're gonna arrest you, and everybody dispersed quickly.
That wasn't quick.
No, it wasn't quick. It was 20, 30 minutes.
Jason, thank you for the
But
$5
they moved out pretty quick. When there's a lot of people.
Yeah, the thing is that they didn't have the numbers to
These
stay.
guys must be taking a break here.
Hammer Don, thanks for the super chat.
100%. So, right now, yeah.
Were they pepper spraying down here? Just now? Were they pepper spraying down here?
No.
Oh, somebody just walked by and said they were pepper spray. Yeah. Okay. All right. What's up? So. Huh?
That's what the group at the tent is saying now to me.
What?
And too much of the extremists and too much of talking to the media to be hanging out with them.
They're kicking you out?
What?
Do you want to do an interview right now?
They made me, yeah, let's do
All right, right here. I got you. You ready to go? What's up? So what are they saying to you? 10 people.
They really said I'm being too much of an extremist for them. Too much of, I can't have my tent up during the day because I've been sleeping in it during the night. And they've been saying...
Is this your tent right here? This green one?
Yeah. And they've been saying, you have way too much stuff and you're way too unorganized and you're bringing so much bad views towards us.
What bad views do they think you're bringing towards them?
They're thinking too much of a left-wing extremist to be at the tent with them, and they're afraid if I'm here, they're all going to get everything here shut down.
And you're from Seattle, right? Gotcha. Yeah, that sounds nice. Well, we gotta move over this way, so it's good to talk to you. Yeah, thanks.
I think that was one of the guys they were talking about earlier.
So that guy is, his name is Michael. He's a mentally disabled kid that gets flown all across the country to come protest. He's been in New York,
wow,
LA. He's just said that he's going to DC for No King's Day on the 18th of this month, and ask him who's paying for it, and he just says, "My friend flies me everywhere. My friends fly me everywhere," and so he's being taken advantage of.
That's sad.
He's from Seattle. I've seen him. The way I know that is because I've been undercover in Seattle at protests, and I've seen him just through the slit of my balaclava. He's never seen my face, but I've seen him. So I was like, I recognize you from Seattle. And he just wants to be friends with everybody. He's like, oh, what's up, bro? How's it going? I'm like, he's never seen me before. There's no way. And I said hi to all my friends. They're longtime friends of his. He just wants to be accepted by everybody, and they take advantage of him. Cross. Okay, and we got some people down here. This will be good. I got a question here. Hey, ma'am, how do you protect Trump, or arrest Trump and protect immigrants? Because Trump is an immigrant. Yes, he's a second-generation immigrant. His wife is a first-generation. His ex-wife is first-generation. All of his kids, except Tiffany, are second-generation. You say you want to protect immigrants, but you want to arrest one. Your shirt says arrest immigrants, or arrest Trump. He's an immigrant. You want to arrest immigrants. It's kind of crazy.
It's sad how few of these people are willing to actually have a conversation, but I'm not surprised. That's basically what they're taught. Shout somebody down, call them a racist, sexist, homophobe, bigot, all that. Don't actually have a dialogue.
Clear contradiction. Lots of media stuff going on here.
Basically like a SWAT force for like the northern suburbs because like they can't individually support like a SWAT team themselves. So it's like if one of them has an emergency response, they can call on like this NIPAS.
I was wondering what that standed for because I saw them in the suits and everything. I'm like, what the hell is it?
Yeah, I was looking it up last week because I was wondering the same thing. What the hell is NIPAS? What is it?
Hey, how's it going?
I just wanted to give sort of a heads up. So obviously there were the girls over here earlier who were, you know, shouting, protesting. They do have family members in here. They are, you know, grieving family members. So I would just ask that try to be respectful of it. Some of them, you know, like filming them or asking them questions.
Well, I mean, if you make a spectacle of yourself, I'm gonna film you. Like, I mean, she's sitting over here making a spectacle of herself, and arguably, like, her friends can violate 8 U.S. Code, Section 25, proper entry by alien, federal law. Their first action entering this country was blatantly disregarding and disrespecting the laws of this country. That's not my fault. It's also not her fault.
If someone's, you know, grieving, there's very clearly, you know, a lot of emotion here.
That's fine. I mean,
yeah, if she
doesn't want to talk to me, she doesn't have to.
Yeah,
It's all public.
I respect that. I appreciate the transparency. I appreciate the continuing respect, and I just want to make sure, you know, people, you know, we don't want to, like, I guess, try to get people's emotions up. Like,
That's not what I was trying to do. I was just asking questions, and she got really mad, and so we started talking. And you know, if she doesn't want to talk to me, she doesn't have to. And like, my job is to come out here and ask you the questions, and you know, show what's going on. And I think I do it in a pretty honest way. I mean, somebody interviewed me earlier, and I said, yeah, I haven't seen any violence today, which is true. I haven't seen any violence today. That's, you know, there won't be. It says the same thing when I was talking to you as well.
Yeah, I talked to people who, I'm not sure who they are, but I know they're sort of here to document, like, they're sort of in favor of ICE. So I was just talking to them, and I sort of told them the same thing. They were super respectful, super, like, same with you, like, you're live streaming everything, like, all of the information is out there, and I appreciate that transparency.
Totally. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think live streaming is the best way to go. Appreciate it.
Yeah, they can't say he's trying to doctor the footage. Streaming live.
It's sort of, I don't know, it's a contentious topic, and I don't want to start, like, an argument, but I did want to sort of ask, just to understand the other side of this. I guess there was a trans woman who was pulled from the crowd. They sort of dragged her across the street.
Today?
I saw...
Is that really this morning?
Yeah. I saw one of the officers kicked her, and then they knelt on her back and arrested her. It was state police, so she was at the state police station. But I don't know. And there was also a trans woman who was held at this facility.
You know, just seeing this man looks like a man who trying to act like a woman. It just breaks my heart, to be honest with you. I don't want to laugh or mock him because I just see a fellow image bearer of God who's in complete rebellion and has no true identity because they're following their sinful desires, their sinful flesh, and they probably just been, who knows what he's been through as far as his history. You know, honestly, who knows what he's been through? Was he molested or something like that at one point in his life? I don't know. There's a good chance. Or was he just indoctrinated? Who knows? But it just really, really breaks my heart just seeing them so lost like that. And I just want to encourage us. Hey, thanks for stopping by, brother. I'll see you around next time. Thank you. Appreciate it. And it is just really sad. Like, it's just really sad. Like, and the fact that he seems really respectful, even though clearly he doesn't agree with us on the right. He seems like he's trying to have a conversation, like trying to understand where we come from. But it's just really, really heartbreaking seeing what appears to be a young man who's just where he's at. And it should just remind us that we need to understand that these people are human beings just like we are. And it's easy to laugh and mock, and I find myself doing that sometimes. But those of us who are Christ followers, we always have to understand where we were, and such were some of you, as the Apostle Paul said. But were it not for the mercy and grace of God, we who knows where we could be, honestly. So just keep your heart in mind. Just an encouragement to keep our hearts and our minds in the right place when we're watching some of these situations.
Kept with male detainees rather than female detainees. And I guess there's some concern that like trans people are among the groups that are sort of subject to targeting.
I think that for whatever reason, I'm not saying it's because they're trans, but I've seen, coming from Seattle and the Pacific Northwest, there's obviously a lot of trans people there, and I've always noticed that the most rambunctious and the most likely to kind of do something, a lot of times it's trans people.
Yeah.
And so, like, if you're on the front lines, like yelling at the police and doing shit you're not supposed to do, and you get arrested.
It's sort of the same here. Like, there's a lot of the most rambunctious people tend to be like Hispanic or Latin immigrants because.
I wonder what his stance is, his perspective on that. Is he saying that because he believes they're being targeted, is why they lash out and act violently? Or is it, I think when it comes to the whole trans issue, I think there's already a mental health problem that has been wrongly diagnosed. And instead of cutting off healthy body parts and pumping them full of hormones and various things, there should be a deeper helping them to embrace who they truly are, who they were made, how they were made. And not to mention all the chemicals that are being pumped into their body. Lord only knows the impact that has on the psyche. When you consider that there is such a thing as roid rage, dudes who would take a ton of steroids, especially pro athletes or pro bodybuilders, acting out, lashing out violently is not uncommon. So you get somebody like this who's just pumped full of testosterone or estrogen or whatever other hormones and medication that they pump into people in an attempt to transition. God only knows the impact. And we know that some of these have side effects of psychosis and things like that. But you have a whole movement of people out there who are just trying to ignore that.
The people who are loudest tend to be the people who have the most like emotional and personal connection to what's going on.
Sure.
But I personally, I am a trans person, full disclosure.
Obviously.
And part of my, part of the reason I'm out here, same as like a lot of immigrant people are out here, looking out for your community and having concern and wanting to, represent your community.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, everybody has the right to be out here.
Yeah.
It's just, as long as it stays peaceful.
Of course.
And I don't oppose. I would very much die on the Hill and defend everyone's right to be here. They all have the right to be here. They have the right to protest. It's just when you start assaulting people and stuff like that. And like I said, I haven't seen any of that today. But that's, once you start doing that, then I will not defend it any longer.
I did want to ask, there was the hearing that took place earlier.
Amen, nerdy. Amen.
There were over 40 statements from state police against DHS claims, where DHS was telling Judge Perry that essentially these protesters are coming out of vans, they're being flown out here, they're being paid, and they're causing violence. And the state police officers testified that it was when violence takes place, it was the ICE officers that were the aggressors. And so I guess I don't know. I appreciate like I said with you earlier. Like I don't think state police is the. I don't think they deserve the abuse, like the insults that are being thrown at them. Like they're being very honest. For the most part, they're just most of them don't speak fast.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what I would say is like. It depends on what you mean by initiation of violence, right? The DHS officers have the right to defend this facility. And if people are in places they're not supposed to be, doing things they're not supposed to be doing, federal officers have the right to use force to prevent that from happening. And if they use force to prevent that from happening, and they give a lot of warnings. Everywhere I've been to, they give repeated warnings, and then they move in after the warnings are ignored. And if you violate those lawful orders, they have the right to use force. And if you use force back against federal officers, now you're committing a crime. And
it's the old adage when I was a cop or even a CO, you ask someone, you tell them, if I'm trying to get you to turn around and cuff up because I'm about to take you under arrest, I'll ask you, turn around so you can put your hands behind your back. In some instances, most of the time, I'm just going behind you if I can, and I'm grabbing your hands. I'm letting you know what's going on, and I'm handcuffing you. But you ask someone, you tell them, and then you make them. And every situation is different, so sometimes you just have to go to making someone. Not every situation is the time where you can actually have a conversation with somebody. If you're dealing with someone who's violent, someone who's threatening, someone who has mental health problems, who just doesn't understand or is just simply being, uncooperative, you have to do what you have to do. So I'd love to see the incident he was talking about where he was saying how 40 state police said that ICE was instigating. I don't know if that's a rumor or not, but I'd love to see that incident. It's possible. It's not beyond the realm of possibility that these ICE officers were being heavy-handed. That's very possible. I question it. Considering all the pushback they've been getting, I question that accuracy.
So that's what I've noticed. It is, like you're saying, it's a lot of times they use force to enforce the law, and then the protesters push back on them physically, and then things get violent and aggressive and people get arrested. And I think that's, if a federal officer, I've been moved by police officers before. Like, I've had police officers come up and grab me by the back of my shirt and remove me from places as a journalist. And, at that point, when an officer is doing that, I'm like, okay, I'm being given a lawful order and I'm being removed from an area, and I have to just take it. Not I'm going to now fight the police officer. So.
Good point. Let me hear this.
Said with what ICE officers do, I've seen the same practices with state police. I guess I just think it's interesting that state police are pointing out a disparity where there's a difference between when someone is defying the orders of state police, they're obviously they push back against it, but they don't push back in the same way that they do.
Well, what I find is that I think in a lot of places, the state and local police officers, the rank and file, are very supportive of ICE and DHS, but the leadership, because they're appointed, they don't get the mayor puts them there. It's not or the governor or whatever. It's not you went through the hiring process or whatever. You get appointed. There's chief of police, etc., superintendent, all that stuff. And because of that, they're the mayor and the governor's cronies, and so they do what the mayor and governor want. And obviously, the mayor and governor here in Illinois are not very pro-Trump or federal government. So you run into that issue. But we have the same issue in Seattle where our chief of police is very anti-federal government, and he supports Antifa a lot in terms of not arresting them as a policy, letting them go early, stuff like that. But the rank and file are fed up with it. I've talked to the president of the police union in Seattle, and they're just completely sick and tired of it. There's nothing they can do about it because their leadership is, controlled by a certain political faction, and because of that, there's nothing you can do about it. And I think it's probably the same situation here in Illinois. I don't know for sure. Well, actually, I do know for sure because the mayor has literally declared the city of Chicago an ICE-free zone.
Absolutely. All right, y'all. Well, things have seemed to slow down. I might jump back on later if there's anything going on later on this evening. But I appreciate y'all jumping in along for the ride as we watch this live stream. Overall, fairly uneventful, but just really interesting, just digging into the mindset of these folks and why they do a lot of things that they do and their motivations and stuff like that. But I appreciate y'all coming aboard, and you might see me a little bit later on this evening. No promises, but I'll put something out either way. God bless. Take care.